Good evening all, welcome to FRL GT3 Sundays, round 7 here at Catalunya. Welcome all, and welcome to my fellow commentator, Mr. RSR Cooper. How are you doing?
Very well, Timmy. Glad to be here as always. Sunday evenings, we love Sunday evenings. We don't have to get all sweaty racing anymore. We can just talk about other people doing it, which is good. I think it's going to be an interesting one tonight, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a bit of a different circuit than the last few we've been at. You know, a bit of a bigger, longer, faster circuit to deal with this time. So a different challenge for the guys out there.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I'm sure they've been tweaking their setups. Speaking of tweaking setups, I think we've got a chap joining us tonight, as we do every Sunday, one of our featured drivers. And today, we've got Dal joining us. Dal, are you with us?
Yeah, I'm here.
Hiya, Dal. Welcome to the show. How are you doing?
How are you guys? Good. How are you guys?
Yeah, very
well, thanks,
yeah. Very well. So, just on the point of setups, have you been having to spend a lot of time tweaking setup for this track, or is it fairly easy for you?
No, today I spent most of the time in the time that I've been on this track the last couple of days learning the track again. I realised once I came on that I've not been on this track for almost a year.
Right.
And I took off the driving aid line, so it's even worse. I'm not expecting many great accolades for tonight. If I can finish, I'll be happy.
Well, sometimes survival is all you need to aim for, isn't it? I find that sometimes, anyway.
Yeah.
Just finishing safely is a good point. But so we've had obviously chats with a number of other drivers during the course of this season. One question I ask everybody, Dal, is what's the backstory? How did you get into sim racing?
I've always liked racing. I had probably never planned to sim race. I used to work every hour God sent, make money. I had an accident about 2 years ago, and a settle came out on PS. I think I got it maybe a year and 3 months ago.
Yep.
I had a little break for about 6 months and then come back. So I'm very new to it. Hopefully I'm picking it up quite quickly though.
And obviously you spent that entire settlement money on a motion platform or something like that, didn't you?
No, I have a rocking chair basically that drives me crazy when you hit the brake too hard. It just rocks back, and hands come off the steering wheel, you hit the wall, and that's you upside down.
And still no tickets, not many tickets, that's impressive.
Yeah, I try.
Okay,
no, I'm all the way at the back. I'm so far last, there's no way I could ever get a ticket.
Yeah, but I know you were saying earlier in the season the Beamer's not, you're not really feeling particularly endeared to the Beamer.
No.
I take it you're going to change next season?
I try and change every season, just for find out what cars I do like, which ones I don't.
So what do you like?
So far I was okay with the Bentley until they changed the tyre model, and it's really difficult now. I'm not bothered with it. I quite like the Camaro. I'm doing alright with the Camaro and the GT4 Thursdays.
Yeah.
I've not checked too many more. I done okay with the McLaren last year, but I spent the first half of the year just getting used to driving again because
of course.
I had been out for a while.
Yeah. Well, I think it's good year, Del. That's the thing. There's certain chaps in the league, Timmy, that partake in a number of the different series that FRL offers. Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays. They're always putting social events on, and I'm not sure if you're aware, Timmy, but FRL has just branched out to the big leagues, as in, obviously we've got a large following now within the console, but we've just branched out onto the PC platform as well, which I think is really exciting to see how that can grow.
Yeah, I did see that the other day. It should be interesting. I've done a bit of PC racing on Assetto Corsa before. Favour the Aston Martin on the PC, I have to say.
Yeah,
what about yourself, Dal? You done anything on the on PC with this game or not?
Yeah. Myself and Chica, we do some. We've done a few endurance races. I won't advertise the the league. But yeah, a couple of 3-hour driver swaps, which was the biggest thing we'd like to actually get into on PC was the driver swaps.
Yeah.
Because obviously you can't do it on PlayStation.
No, that's right.
But,
And I think that's the one big thing they're missing on the console, and I think that's probably, it's not a bugbear, but I think, you know, you come in and you're driving on ACC, it's endurance racing. You want to have those driver swaps. You want to be able to team up and, you know, get involved and take it to, you know, the guys that you're watching on YouTube all the time, and I think we'll definitely get there. I'm positive on it anyway.
I'm worried about PS ever getting there. If it doesn't come in February with PlayStation 5, I don't think it will ever come.
No, well,
I think that'll be the opportunity there to bring it in or not ever.
Yeah, I think so. Let's see what they do.
Reverse grids and things as well. There's a lot of things PS misses that PlayStation has.
Yeah.
And I mean, another thing that PlayStation doesn't get that PC does is the updates. Since I've had the PC, the updates are quite substantial. Hot fixes once or twice a month. So.
Well, we'll all have to port over at some point and you know, keep our toe in on the console as that keeps growing. I'm sure there's enough there to keep us all busy.
Well, we'll see what we can do. Myself, Keddy, and Yavolton will actually be trying to get Wednesdays and Saturdays set up for PC racing.
Perfect.
And the first one is on the 24th of November, when the new BMW comes out. We decided to make a social race for that at 10 o'clock at night.
Yep.
And it's a one-make race with a brand new BM. So we'll see how that goes.
Good.
Let's just hope it's not got first day glitches. Could have a lot of problems.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see, mate. I'm sure it'll be a success. I'm sure that will grow very well. Right, I'm going to let you get back to practice because we've only got a little while left before we get into qualifying. Thanks for taking the time to join us. Again, it's great to get to know you. Another one of our, you know, life for drivers. That's the new tag I'm going to give. Yeah, exactly. You know, that flies the flag. And I wish you well tonight. Don't be at the back.
I'm pretty sure I'll be at the back, but it was definitely a pleasure talking to you guys, and hope to speak to you more and more.
Yeah, good luck, Dale. All the best, mate.
Thanks, Dale. See you later.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye. Nice chap. I like Dale.
Yeah, indeed.
Well, I like everybody, but that was a good guy.
What, even me?
No.
Well, you said everybody.
Well, yeah, I mean, I have to like you a little bit, don't I? Because we work together. I tell you what, though, this video link is amazing this week. I know I had some really bad technical issues the last couple of weeks, but considering I'm sat in Qatar and had to run over to hit to this particular commentary box from finishing up with the F1 stuff, this is clear as hell. It's brilliant.
Yeah. If you say so with the whole Qatar thing.
Why don't you ever believe me?
Yeah, because you're full of it, maybe? I don't know. It's a possibility.
Oh, who knows? Anyway. Right.
Whilst you were talking in the background there, sorry, we had free practice going on in the background at the moment. I was just sitting on Chica, who lost it totally, coming up through campus and threw it at the wall. Luckily, it was practice, so get the bugs out, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Currently sitting on with Joseph Trow at the moment.
Oh, good.
Sorry, you were going to say Chica's?
I was going to say Chica's. We've obviously been watching a bit of practice in preparation for tonight's show. Chica has shown pretty good pace throughout practice, but he has had a couple of wobblies. That is a technical term, if anyone's wondering, throughout the practice session. So maybe he just needs to get something dialed in a little more on the setup.
So Marpat's up there, second place at the moment. That's a good time for him.
Yeah,
maybe this is a
McLaren track.
Yeah, maybe it's a track that suits Marpat's driving style as well. I quite like. Actually, I was going to say I quite like Catalunya personally. I don't really like it as a circuit, but I tend to go well there, strangely. But that's a bit of an odd one. That
is odd.
What about yourself? You like Catalunya or not?
I do. I love Catalunya. Catalunya actually was one of the first 5 tracks that I actually learned with my eyes closed when we first started on this game, when our friend COVID allowed us to start doing this stuff.
See, I think I might have found your problem. Well, you're not quite as quick as you could be round there.
Because?
You did it with your eyes closed.
That's a good observation there. Yeah. I mean, I didn't see that, obviously.
Yeah, well, you had your eyes closed, yeah.
Exactly, that's my point. Right, Timmy, can we run through, why is there so much practice left today? It must be what I said earlier on.
Yes, we seem to be a little bit late starting today, so...
a bit delayed. So we've got to find more things to talk about, which I'm sure everyone's going to be very happy about. Before I think we have a look at the teams and stuff, can I just say that this stream tonight is sponsored by Lemsip. I'm not feeling very well. I had the flu jab, and they seem to give me a double dose of whatever it is. So plenty of that on the go. So you're going to hear that a lot tonight, unfortunately. So lock and load, Marpat, Chica, Crazies, and Joseph. Do you know what? Since we featured Joseph a few weeks ago, I know we were bigging him up at the time, and he's just going straight. Even in the late night races that we jump in on, he's pretty shit, isn't he?
Yeah, well, it must be the advice we gave him whilst we were on chat with us, mate. That's got to be what it is.
Keep your eyes open.
That's it, yeah. Exactly, yeah. That piece of advice was a gem, I tell you.
Yeah, but he's doing well. He's doing well. Would you like to bring everyone up to speed in terms of the stand-ins, or do you want me to run through the teams first?
Do the teams first if you like, yeah. Go for it.
Roger, let's have a look. So this evening we've got 17 in at the moment. We should, I believe, have a full grid. We've got a few reserves jumping in tonight. But representing Berlin's Most Wanted, we have Crazies and Dell. So good luck to you, chaps. TT Motorsport, Plaster Dan and Yvolton. I'm sure those two are going to have a good race this evening. Team Becco, we've got Chica and Michael Races. So let's see if Michael Races, I believe this is his first one, unless he was in last week under a different guise and we kept calling him Ralph. So, Michael, you can let us know on the chat on that one.
Go Ralph.
Go Ralph. Not fast, just Interstellar. We've got Hutch. I'll talk about the reserves in a moment. Audi Sport, CR. We've got Darren Mark, and Big Time Dave is joining him this evening. Good luck, chaps. Triple X Motorsport, Gamer Dad, and King of the Hills. Good luck. And Lime Racing Team. We've got Tarek in there, and he's got a new partner for this evening. Golf Claren. We've got Marpa and Joseph. Glorious Wings. We've got Mr. Error. Lely is not with us this evening, unfortunately. And then we've got Run DJC Racing with JR Lock and Load and our good friend Rashid. So missing tonight, unfortunately. Keddy, I think he's either still on holiday or he's just finishing his holiday. I'm sure he'll be back soon.
Recovering, possibly.
Or he's flying a plane, potentially. Who knows what he's doing.
Flying his own plane back from holiday. Poor guy.
You never know.
Working immediately he's finished his holiday.
I'm sure he'll be putting in a timesheet.
Yeah.
Tarkowski and...
Does he have to claim miles? Do you claim miles, like air miles, a bit like you do with cars, yeah?
Yeah, probably does. And to be fair, I mean, it must be such a terrible job being in that plane, being weighted on hand and foot by all those, lovely people that work on the planes.
Yeah, whilst on autopilot.
Exactly. Yeah, anyway, I won't go any more into that. See how I kept that PC. Yeah, Lenny's not with us, and Mr. Williams is not with us tonight. I think he's had a bit of a long drive and stuff today, so I think he's putting his feet up. No doubt he's listening to this, and if you are, drop a message in so that Timmy gets flustered and can't look at that at the same time as watching the screen.
Hey, I've typed twice on the messages tonight already. Hey, how about that? Oh yeah,
have you?
Multitasking, baby.
Wow, you must be ill. So George is in tonight. Aniti's in tonight. Kodulongu is in tonight. Hopefully I've pronounced that correctly. Yes?
Yeah, he's a Tongan rugby player, mate. Seen him before.
Oh, wow. He must be great at this then. And that's who we've got standing in, I believe. And Big Time Dave. So they're the four chaps that are going to stand in. Good luck, everybody. Keep it clean. Obviously, if you all start putting tickets in, I'm a steward and I'll make sure you all get locked a million points, because obviously keep it clean.
Yeah, you're all going to pay. Is that what you're saying?
Pay.
Thought so.
Yeah. And that's the teams. So, standings, do you have those to hand?
I do have those to hand, yeah.
Let's do it. Let's get it out of the way.
Could I just say that Yvolton appears to be in yet a different liveried Porsche again?
Again?
So is this like team livery change? Is that the name of the team? I'm not sure. But
Maybe, no, I think that it should be called Team Chameleon then, by the sound of it.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Let's have
We'll
a look.
suggest that.
What's he in today? Yeah, he is in a different...
Again.
Yvolton, dude.
Trying to catch us out, that's what it is.
There he is, yeah.
Anyway.
We're too old for that, mate.
Yeah. Yeah. Too long and wise in the... And I was going to say long and wise in the tooth. That's not quite the right saying, is it? Anyway.
That's... Oh.
To the stand-ins. So, at this moment in time, we've got Lock and Load right at the top there on 328 points. Lely Line, as you say, not with us this weekend on 220 in second place. So
Yep.
Lock and Load got a huge gap at the minute of 108 points. Then Joseph, as we were saying, been making his way up the championship table. He's currently in third place on 176. Crazy's right on him at 175 in fourth. Gamer Dad in fifth at 161. Keddy, who will have now missed the third race this weekend, is on 156 in sixth place. Mr. Error on 137. Chica on 133. Hutch on 124. And Rashid on 82, rounding out the top 10. Then you've got James Williams on 59 in 11th, as you say, he's not racing again tonight. Then Tarek Tornado at 59 also. Marpat, who's currently sitting second in the practice times, which is a good going. He's sitting 13th on 50 points. Yvolton is, yet again, new car livery, 36 points in 14th. Tukowski in 33. King of the Hills on 32. Michael races on 20 points, so he must have raced already under the Ralph name, yeah. Darren Mark, 14 points. Dal, who we've just been speaking to, on 13 points. And Plasterer Dan on 10. So that is your point scorers in the title race.
Okay, so that sets the scene, doesn't it, nicely? Although, we were saying earlier on today, and I'm sure Lock and Load won't mind us saying this, that if things run true to form, as they have done over the last few weeks, this is going to be a pretty big practice session for him, really, because his two main sort of protagonists in the title are both not with us this evening, are they?
Yeah, that's true. He's got a good gap right at the moment, so, yeah, it's a shame we've not got Lely or Keddy with us. Yeah. So, you would expect, unless something drastically goes wrong, that he would at least comfortably take the first race. But it's a long race, and you never know what's going to happen.
No, and it opens the door for other people, doesn't it? So let's see what everyone can get to. Now, one thing I was thinking about, thinking about the track, I do really enjoy driving on the track, be it eyes closed or open. I find that suits my style quite nicely. But did you know, a little fact about the track, it wasn't called the Barcelona circuit to Catalunya Barcelona until 2013. And I think this is going to lead into a little gripe, when we were doing our sort of pre-show chat and research that you had about some of the corner names. They actually sold out a sponsorship deal with the Barcelona City Council to have Barcelona put into the track's name. Is that a theme, do you feel, running through the track, Timmy?
I feel it might be, yeah. I mean, what have we got? We've got Renault corner, Repsol corner, Seat corner. So there's a few big name automotive people that might have paid some money to have the corners named after them. Just possibly.
Speculating there.
Just speculating, yeah.
Well, we'll have a chat with the guy afterwards. I'm sure he'll confirm that.
Yeah.
Potentially. Okay, so what we're doing here, so we're still in free practice, aren't we? Everyone's doing their bit. Do you want to drop on board with somebody if you have or haven't already? Obviously, I've
just been kind of sharing the different people. We're currently on with G Priest 114. Was he one of the people you mentioned earlier as a stand-in?
Yes, that's George, I believe. So George was due to race last week. I think he was going to get his first run out with us last week, but couldn't. So this will be his first go. So I remember what it was like with my first sort of competitive league race. Yeah, and I don't care what anybody says. I know everyone joins leagues to have cleaner racing and get to know the community, and you'll get all of that in spades at FRL. It's an awesome place to be. But I remember the first race, you still want to do well, and more importantly, you don't want to look like a twat.
Well put, yeah.
Yeah, and that is I'll
tell you what I would say though. For me, I really don't remember my first time. It was a long, long time ago.
What, your first competitive league race?
Yeah.
Or your first time?
My first time, yeah.
Yeah, I was so nervous on my first time too. Although I wasn't probably quite as quick as what I am in a race car. But anyway, that's an interesting fact there, Timmy. And do you know what we found out the other night, folks? I know a lot of you watch regularly and get used to our absolutely first-class
Sorry, could I just say, by the way, just a big shout-out for Lurchie's Gaming, because he's online, as always. And Mr. Lock and Load just come on and wished everybody good luck. Just thought I'd pass that on.
Oh, well done. That's
Sorry.
Awesome. That's
Carry
what I
on,
like to hear.
What were you going to say?
Someone else put a comment on there. Actually, I'm just looking at it now, saying that Lurchie's having trouble staying awake. And someone put a comment on there saying, Timmy will make you fall asleep, smiley face. Who would have put that?
I have no idea, Cooper.
Nor me. Just went live on the channel there. So, I was going to say, the point was, yeah, I've done really well so far today, because I've called you Timmy a lot. Now, I urge people to go and watch the various YouTube channels from our drivers and the official FRL YouTube channel, because there's some great stuff that goes out there from all the different viewpoints and the races. But where I'm going with this is, if you watch regularly, you all know that Timmy's name isn't Timmy, it's Steve, yeah? And I always try and call him Timmy to keep up that facade, because that's his racing name. Right, and I always mess that up. But here's the kicker, guys, right? We were watching a clip back the other day from one of our races, and it was at Snetterton in Taco Tuesdays, and race 1 was, what's the word I'm looking for? Chaotic, and the start of race 2 was fucking bonkers, right? That's the only way I can describe it. Anyway.
Sorry, can I just ask, I take it the ban on curse words only lasted the one race?
There isn't a ban, no, but there isn't a ban. You told me earlier on that I shouldn't try and be professional, just be normal. So this is me being normal, alright? My kids can swear a lot. Apparently. Anyway, so the point, look, you cut in my story. So, anyway, so we're watching this clip back, so Timmy, decided he wanted to put something into the stewards room as an example of certain levels of driving, right? It was quite blue, the language, I would say, like sort of North Pole balls out blue, probably. It was bad. I'll post it later on the stream. And the point was, he was getting smashed about all over the place, and he was saying, oh, this guy's done this and this guy's done that. And we're in the heat of battle here, guys and girls. You know what it's like. You know, the adrenaline's going. You're trying to stay calm, and you know, trying to get ahead of someone. So my comment was, make sure you've got that clip, Timmy. Now, I only call him Timmy when we do the streams and stuff. So it goes to show that maybe his name should really be Timmy, because I should have been calling him Steve. That would have been a brilliant story if you didn't interrupt that.
I was going to say, you spent about 10 minutes telling a story about effectively nothing.
No, there was an important point there. That
well, then my name's not Timmy.
That's right. And there's only 2 minutes left of free practice.
Oh, you're just burning airtime, I see.
That's what you would call a filler, yeah, if we were doing a series on Netflix called ACC FRL, League of Legends, or some bollocks like that. There's obviously going to be some episodes that are bad, and that's when they do a chat with you.
I see, yeah. Oh dear.
Right, okay.
Anyway,
so,
you've distracted me that much now. I'm just sitting in the pits watching Hutch do nothing. Oh, no, sorry, Ham. Yeah, I was in...
Ham?
We were watching Ham, yeah. Ham's under the
hungry.
stand-in. There's quite a few stand-ins today.
Yes, there are, I told you. Kodulongu, Ham, we've got G Priest, and Big Time Davies are standing as well today. So we've got 4 confirmed stand, which is great, because these guys, they'll be chomping at the bit to get involved, but I bet they're nervous.
Yeah, just to clarify, you mentioned about Dave being a stand-in, but obviously maybe we should point out for people that aren't regulars that Dave is a regular driver, just not this championship.
That's
so welcome,
well said.
Dave. Yeah.
Yes, well said. Well said. Okay, so 1 minute left, and then we're going to get into qualifying. Where's Gamer Dad? Not in yet.
No. Yeah, if he makes, I'm assuming did he accept today? Is he supposed to be driving? Not a decline? Not one of the stand-ins?
No, I don't think so.
He's going to be late in qualifying then, maybe.
He'll just rock up and do a lap, and he'll be fine, won't he?
More than likely. One of our experienced guys.
He's a cool character. Yeah, he's a cool character.
For some reason, he seems to have got to think about making me sweat. I don't know why.
That's because I sent him that photo of you.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, at least 2 races has been like, make him sweat. You know.
Yeah, but I mean, you did have an epic race with him in the Tequila Slammers. I mean, that was a good race, you know.
It was.
I remember you said to me afterwards, you know, you haven't had someone on your ass for that long in ages.
That's right, Peter.
Not since Brixworth.
Oh dear. Anyway, free practice has effectively ended. People on the laps will finish the laps, but otherwise we're done and dusted. So, lock and load away out there. Nobody within a second of him. But it's quite close from there, midfield again, you know, you're talking the next 10 drivers or so within a second.
Yep.
So it's going to be competitive again, otherwise, I would suggest. Do you have any tips for today around Barcelona?
Sponsorship money will get you into a lot of places around Barcelona. Well, look, Joseph's just threw it in second. I don't know. I don't know, to me. Yeah, I don't know who's going to do what today, as you say. I mean, if we're looking at the practice times, Mr. Error's halfway down the field. He's normally not, so I'm expecting more from him. Same with Hutch. We got there, so you're Volton, King of the Hills, Darren. You know, we've got the new guys. We don't know the pace on the new guys yet. Which is going to be interesting to see in qualifying. I can't see past lock and load unless he gets into an issue, or you know, hopefully this week he has no issues with the steering, because obviously that was a right pain in the arse for him last week. I would have been going through the roof if I was sat there and that was happening. So he probably did quite well to stay composed during that. So, but I can't see past him, to be honest. To me. Is Hutch going to give him a run? I don't know.
So really this is a fight for the podiums.
It is.
Isn't it? Or we would suspect. Lock and load jumps out, the first one out onto the track. So he will be the first one, assuming he doesn't pull over and let people by, will be the first person to set a lap time.
Yep. I'm going to, during qualifying, whilst you're doing that, I'm going to just keep my eye on Dal. Yeah. As our featured driver, see how he gets on in these first couple of laps, see where he's going to sit in the field.
Okay. So, yeah, lock and load's got a handful of corners to go. Just coming down to, and I have no idea how to say it, the Cax. I don't know. I'm not even going to attempt to say that particular name.
Le Cax?
Yeah.
Let me get the track, mate.
Le Cac, yeah. It's like Le Cac. Means rubbish, obviously.
No one sponsored that call, it's Cac.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, nobody liked it.
Oh dear.
I'm not even going to attempt to try some of these corner names, the ones, you know. Well, I think we should just name them after other cars. Name them ourselves.
If you want about turn 10, Le Caxa, whatever.
Yeah.
That one, turn 10.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, lock and load.
What are you eating?
Nothing? I'm professional. I wouldn't be eating on air now, would I?
Okay.
Or possibly I was eating a chocolate digestive. Anyway, what's that got to do with qualifying? So, lock and load. It's on a lap. Just going round. What's it? Oh, Renault. He's gone round Renault in his Bentley. Just coming up to Repsol.
You could keep those two. You know those two.
Yeah.
Right.
I'll tell you what we haven't done. We haven't done a track guide. Not that I can really guide you around this track, because there's no names for anything. Or not names that I can pronounce, anyway.
Well, maybe you could just give our viewers an insight into how you go round it without corner names.
Okay, well, I'll do my best then. So let's do it quickly now. So we're going down the main straight. You're coming up to the first corner, which I think is Alf, so it's another petrol corner. So we call it Petrol Corner 1. And straddle your car on the curb on the left-hand side. Drop it down. I can't remember where the braking zone is, actually.
100
Just
metre
before,
board, just
well, it's halfway between the 100 and the 200 board, isn't it? It's about 150 mark, just after, maybe. Straddle the curb on the left. Drop it down to third gear. Take the curb on the right-hand side. Be careful, there is a bit of a sausage curb on top of the curb, which can bounce your car, so make sure you take a line to avoid that. Then go across to the left, sweeping all the way to the left, and then try and keep it kind of tight to that left-hand corner as you go round it. And I'll kind of, for myself, I'll sweep to kind of the middle of the circuit, and I'll keep that line into the really long right-hander, which is Renault. Then hug the curb, it's quite a late apex, and then allow the car to drift out to the left as you approach Repsol. So for me, I think it's the line just before the bridge, or the overhead gantry before you get to Repsol is kind of the breaking point. Drop it down to second. Treat it, for me, you treat it as kind of a double apex right-hander. The car will want to slide away from you on the second part of that corner if you're too early on the throttle, so be a little bit patient. Sweep all the way out to the left, and then get back to the right as soon as possible to go into the left-hander of Seat corner. And basically through there in second gear, again, quite late on the accelerator, accelerate down the hill, through the sweeping left-hander, brake just before the curb on your right-hand side for turn 7, I think it is, turn 7. I think down into second gear, straddle the curb, can get loose out the power on the power there as you come out, kind of sweeps uphill to the right, take plenty of the curb on the right hand side. Then as you come up the hill to Campus, which is kind of a blind right hand corner over the crest, drop it down to third gear, hug the curb on the right on the apex, let it drift and take plenty of curb on the outside, then down the second longest straight other than the main straight, down to the CAC corner, as we call it.
Number 10.
Yeah. Brake in all the way down to first gear, keep it tight, try and take a bit of the curb, sweep it to the right side, all the way over the curb effectively, and then you sweep through the left-hander full throttle, taking curb again, and then brake down into second gear for the what is effectively a long hairpin. Accelerate around that, again a late apex. Accelerate away, I think it's third gear, and then drop it to second, try and hold the curb on the left-hander, which is, believe it or not, and this is probably the most cynical named corner, Europe car. So if you want to rent a car, visit that place. And then down the hill to the left-right chicane, first gear chicane, try and hug the inside on both sides, and then let the car drift out wide as you come out to the sweeping right-hander of New Holland, third gear corner effectively, and then nail it down the straight. And that's probably the pantsist. Pantsist, yeah, that's an official term. Pantsist track guide you've ever heard. But that's me getting round Catalunya.
Catalunya, back
yeah,
to
and if
Barcelona.
And if you're lock and load, it's a 1:44, which is a quick time.
Well, that is. He wasn't in the 44s in practice, was he?
No, he wasn't.
He wasn't. So
I'm not sure what the conditions of the track are like. So we're fast track.
Well, they're fast
now.
Fast now. So they've cooled. It's cooled a couple of degrees, but the track's rubbering in a bit. So you would expect quicker times. But Joseph's keeping him honest there. He's still only a second off, which he was in practice. So he's also improved. And if you have a look at that, we've got the Ham. He's up in 6th place. The other new chap, Kodolongu, he's in 8th. So they've got a couple of good cycle laps in there. Dow's Beamer's not being kind to him at the moment. He's 5.5 seconds off the pace, but I'm sure he'll claw that back to a degree.
So no sign of Gamer Dad still. We've just had somebody in an Audi drop in. Oh, it's Nitty Nighty Night guy or whatever it is. What was his name again? Nitty Night.
Yes.
Nit.
Nitty Night. Yeah, that's right. We just thought we'd call him all three
Yeah, because we didn't know what
pronunciations.
It was. So it's back in again. I take it he must be a stand-in again, then?
He is a stand-in for tonight, for tonight. Anyway, sorry about that. To remember, everybody, Lemsim.
Is it affecting your brain capacity?
But you shouldn't. No, I don't know my thoughts on that. Anyway, you shouldn't really be jumping in halfway through qualifying, but because of the lag spike it's going to cause. Anyway, we're all a friendly bunch here, so that's okay.
Yeah, so we've got the Ham just coming out of the pits in the Bentley. Quite like the livery. Two-tone blue.
Let's have a look.
Very nice. You'll obviously like the top half, because you support our rubbish football team.
Of course I do, yeah, that's right.
So...
Yeah, I do like that, yeah.
The Crazy's just come across the line, hasn't changed his time, so I'm not quite sure whether that was an outlap or a flyer, but it didn't make any difference to his time. Who's next going to be across the line? 122. Who is 122? Big Time Dave. Let's go on board with Big Time Dave in the Honda, yeah. So
nice.
Do we have people changing liveries and cars? Oh, well, he's standing, isn't he? So, but yeah, I've never seen.
Yeah, so they get free choice. Yeah.
Yeah, I've never seen him drive the Honda before. But there we go.
No, but it's nice to see different marks because I mean, come on. When we had our race on Thursday, let's be honest, it was the BMW track day, wasn't it?
Well, yeah, I finished 6th in our GT4 Thursdays in the Mercedes, and 4 of the 5 cars in front of me were BMWs.
Yep.
Yeah, I was more than happy with my 6th place in the Merc. I didn't think there was much left in the car to give, to be honest. But yeah, the BMW. It was Brands. It was Brands Hatch.
You walked into that one, didn't you?
Yeah.
That's for your Volton and Co.
Yeah.
Timmy's talking about brands again.
Yeah.
I like the way that happened.
Yeah.
Sorry, I couldn't resist. But my point is, it's nice to see different makes of cars. You got Nissan in there. Okay, everyone likes Audi, Beamer. They're what people generally go to. I've only got one Ferrari in, so I know one of the other chaps was going to stand in a Ferrari. But maybe he's done free choice. Let me check who that was. Maybe he's done a free choice and gone somewhere else.
Yeah, so we've got just under 5 minutes of qualifying left. We haven't really spoken about qualifying, have we? But we've got 5 minutes of qualifying left. Obviously, Lockenode's up there on pole, effectively. And then Joseph is sitting second. Chica in the Mercedes sitting third. Crazy's fourth. And then Rashid up there in 5th place in the Bentley. So he's having a good run at the moment. Marpat finds himself in 6th. And obviously he set a good time during practice, so he's up there as you would expect. Hutch is in 7th place. I think this is becoming a bit of a habit.
Again?
Yeah, it's a bit of a habit, that one. Tarek Tornado in 8th. Ham, one of the stand-ins, in 9th. Michael Races in 10th. Your top 10 currently.
So just to clear up that point. So George, i.e. G Priest, he's standing in for lime green, so he ordinarily should be in a Ferrari, but obviously gets a free choice, so he's taken the McLaren in there. And Nitty Night Nit, he's with Glorious Wings, so he is standing in for Lely, which is normally in the Bentley, but obviously he's taken free choice as well, which is cool. It's fine. We want people to be comfortable with the cars they enjoy, so that they can be competitive and get the bug, don't we, really? Yeah,
indeed. The more people that enjoy it and get on board, the merrier. The more the merrier.
Yeah.
216. I'm missing 216. There he is. Mr. Priest. So he's improved his time, gone up to 13th place.
Well done.
Who's next across the line? Michael Race is next across the line in the Audi. Doesn't seem to improve. Number 1 Crazy's again across the line. Doesn't look like he's improved in 4th place. Then 79 is the next car across. So Mr. Yvolton, is next in his new Porsche. I'm sorry I've got the map in the way, but I can't see the numbers on the small map because I'm old and blind. Rashid's still 5th just across the line, so next is 122.
That's Big Time Dave.
Big Time
16th.
Dave. Yeah. in the Honda. So yeah, currently 16th. Will he improve? Let's see. He's showing his as being up. So he improved his time, but hasn't moved up in terms of positions. So still sits in 16th place.
Tarek's just crossing the line now.
444. Yeah, no improvement. 83.
Condolongu. 44.
So, who's 22? Why can't I see 22? Who's sitting where at this moment in time?
Hutch is 7th at the moment, so they're all starting flyers, I think.
We have a late visitor, Cooper.
And who would that be?
That would be Gamer Dad, the thief of my car number.
Yes. I'm sure he'll be happy to hear that. So he gets, see, look, he's just cool. He gets in, you know, he's
jumping there last second.
Throwing everyone out of the living room, get out of the way. He's just sat in there. Bosh.
Yeah.
Let's see what he could do.
Is he out of the pits as yet?
He is out of the pits, yeah. No, he's not. He's sitting. Maybe he's not going to do a lap.
Yeah, maybe he's sorting this out. Well, he hasn't got time to do a lap, has he? So he's going to have to go from the back. So there's only 1 minute and 15 seconds of qualifying remaining.
Yeah, I think he'll be confident that, you know, people like to exchange paint a little bit. So he's normally got good pace, so I'm sure he'll move up.
Yeah, Joseph's got himself 0.6 of a second off lock and load, so that's a really good lap time. Well done to him. Sheeds across the line doesn't improve on that lap, but can go again if he wants to.
He's sitting quite nicely in 5th.
Yeah. Looks like he might have just invalidated his lap, though. Tarek's going across the line as we speak, and he's bumped up 4 places to 4th place. Well done to him.
That's very good. Lock and load's out, just sticking another lap on. He's slightly up on his pole time at the moment. Nitty
Knight's just going across the line. Hasn't set a time, so whether he invalidated, I'm not sure. 333. Who's 333?
That would be Marpat.
I'm obviously blind today because I can't see these people on the list. I'm absolutely hopeless.
Don't worry, that's what I'm here for.
Great. Where is he?
He's on the track. Look, there he is. Just gone through the first corner.
28. Michael Race is coming across the line. No change in time. That's his qualifying over. So Hutch has got himself. Oh, I didn't see that happen. Hutch has got himself into 4th place. So a good last run for him. Rashid's in the pits, and he's yeah. So Marpat's still out on the track at the minute.
Dow's put it in the pits.
Yeah.
Okay. And doing donuts. Nice one, Dow. We'd love a donut in the pit lane.
So Yvolton is on his way around. Will he improve or not? Currently 15th. Unfortunately, no, he doesn't go any quicker.
Look alone just dived in the pits as well. Doesn't need to do much on that. Marpat is the only sort of front runner out, really, isn't he, at the moment?
So my Tongan rugby player is on the lap at the minute as well. Just coming through the last left-right chicane. Now I've got a sweep 3rd gear. Oh, it's gone a little bit wide there. May have invalidated his lap, but we'll see. So he goes down the start-finish straight. Will it improve his time? No, he's pulled off. So obviously he did invalidate the lap. So number 44 and 333. So the only people out on the track at the minute. So Nitty Knight, or whatever it is going to come across the line. Will he set a time? Yes, he will. Goes to 18th. And then 333, which is Marpat. The last person across the line.
Stays 8th.
Stays 8th, yeah.
Well, there we go. Qualifying for GT3 Sundays, brought to you by Lemsip. That was good.
Brought to you by Lemsip, eh?
It was, yeah.
So,
nothing to be sniffed at. Nothing to be sniffed at, Timmy.
Yeah.
Hmm?
Oh dear.
Well,
Gamer Dad's not very happy with me. Gamer Dad's giving me abuse because I was in the server earlier.
Well,
maybe, yeah. As car 13, obviously I got my Bentley car set as 13 instead of 76. Very naughty of me. I do apologise, Gamer Dad. Totally my fault.
Obviously.
I'll have to make sure I go and change that game number. Well, I
Yes.
want to see
No,
what the
you're not
times are
allowed
like.
to go. Well, but you're not racing.
Yeah, but I've got to do a track guide, so I need to learn the track.
And you didn't do that either, did you? Let's be honest.
Yeah, it was a bit poor, wasn't it, though?
Well, we've got Repsol, Alf Corner, number 10's Cax, and yeah, good luck, everybody.
I didn't like my number for FRL until I realised it's actually the year of my birth, so I can live
What?
with 76.
13?
No, 76.
Oh, yeah.
My FRL number is 76.
Yes, I'm well aware of that. I can see it. I'm the one who has to always change your freaking photos and stuff.
We'll have to see if Gamer Dad makes it through from the back of the grid up to the top 6, let's say. Then
Yeah.
I'm going to call the fact that he uses 13 bad luck every time, and not using 13 will have paid off. But we'll see.
We will see. I'm going to make a prediction here. There's 3 predictions I'm going to make for this race. Number 1, Gamer Dad is going to pit on lap 1 because he's a wily old fox and he's going to get rid of those tyres and stuff straight away so he can run long. Number 2, Yvolton's going to pit and 5 minutes left of the race because he needs to lead races, as we know. He loves leading the races. He's going to go long. And number 3, Lock and Load is going to walk away with this one. They are my predictions. But I want you to predict who you think might end up on the podium with him, given what we've seen.
Who might end up on the podium? Well, I'd love to say Chica being up there and qualifying real well, but he's like a bad luck magnet, so
Yep.
we'll see. I have my fingers crossed, and I really hope he does, but he's not had much luck in this series, that's for sure. Hutch is obviously punching right up there really well. Crazy sitting there in 6, obviously one of the fast boys. You know, he's in a position to pounce. Maybe Crazy's, I'm going to say, from 6th up to the podium.
Okay.
That's my shout for the day.
Oh, excuse me, I was just having a little sneezing session there. That's your shout, is it? Yeah, I see. I want Crazies to do well because he seems to have had a bit of bad luck recently. And yeah, I mean, there's been a few races that he hasn't finished or he's ended up in the pits. So I want him. Hopefully, he'll just have a clear head. Just drive the wheels off it. We know he's got skills. But Hutch, I want Hutch to do well because me and Hutch, we had a brilliant race at the GT4s. You know, we were both last and last but one, and we were awesome. So I want him to do well. Go Hutch.
Not sure last and last but one's description is awesome.
It was awesome. It was amazing. We had a beautiful Sunday
an amazing
drive around
battle.
that track. It was, yeah.
I see.
Well, we got taken off, so.
So who? I don't really want to go out. Oh, who was our highest stand-in?
I can't see it at the moment because I'm locked in.
It was the Tongan, wasn't it? 1, 2.
I don't know. Was he not 10th? Was he?
Yeah, something like that. 10th, yeah, 10th, I think. Yeah. So
Yeah.
the Tongan is the best standing.
Here we go then. Formation lap.
Yeah. So I'm assuming that this.
It's a full lap. Yeah, it's a full lap.
I wasn't going to say that, but I'm assuming that this session is the same as the rest of the FRLs at the moment, where there is no speed limit. There's no. Well, you have some of them have, and some haven't they?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I think what we're trying to do is you know, do things slightly differently in different series, so that there can be an overall consensus as to which is the best way to do it. So obviously this caused some issues last week. We know what the deal is, if people aren't aware. With the formation lap, the chap who is leading the race, so Lock and Load, he's the pace setter, and there is an agreed speed limit that he will go to, so he doesn't run off and, you know, basically just get his own lap in, sort of thing. But everyone else now is advised, and I think is correct, they're not allowed to be driving through the other cars, which I know you can do in this game, but it's very off-putting. So I think Tacos and I think the GT4 on Sunday, even though they had the limit on there, everybody adhered to the not driving through each other extremely well. So and it looks from what we're seeing here that everybody is doing the same thing, which is good to see.
Yeah, I was surprised actually when you actually got to forming up the grid. It was actually probably more organised than it has been for the last few outings or races I've seen. So yeah, it was quite good. I had my doubts as to whether I thought it'd work, but it seemed to go okay. So
yeah, it's it's just that it's something a little bit new that everyone is just getting used to, and I think it's a good thing. I do like it.
So, last few corners to go, so people should start to form up just about now.
Yep.
Concertina through the little left-right chicane before we come out onto the main New Holland corner, onto the start-finish straight.
Here we go, Joseph wants to get it going, doesn't he? Right, lights are red.
Yeah, so it's stretched out a little bit at the back. I think that's because of the concertina through the chicane. So there, go. Oh,
Go.
I wasn't supposed to say that, was I?
No, you're allowed to say it, it's fine.
Am I? Okay.
You are. Right, I'm on with Joseph. Who are you with?
Yeah, I'm on helicam, so I can see the entire field at this moment in time. Rashid's a little bit deep. Oh, nearly 3 abreast there. They look like they've survived. Oh, Crazy's gone. That's Crazy's. Oh,
yep.
Commentator's curse. I do apologise, unfortunately. And Chica's got the inside of Joseph, so should be able to hold this this inside line, which he does so. And Joseph's gone wide, which allows Hutch up the inside.
Yep.
But he's got the inside line to the next corner, so he should be able to hold that. Or Rashid's just taken evasive action and gone off onto the gravel.
He's gone very wide, yeah. So the Ham is currently the top standing chap at the moment in 8th. That's a good start for him. Kondaluki behind him. So I think it was Rashid then that Crazy's had a tap with. Yeah.
Yeah. So I've just got on board with Hutch as we head down to the left-hander of the rubbish corner.
Yep. He's
good driving. Yeah, Joseph's gone a bit wide. Obviously keeps the line into the right-hander. So it looks like they might have settled. Sorry, go on. Yeah, I'm on board with Hutch at the minute. So
yeah, he's right on him. That's the key battle there, isn't it? That's all the guys that are normally going to be up there at the top when the top 3 go to the back. So these guys know each other well enough to race hard and clean.
Yeah, Joseph's right on Chica at the minute.
Yeah, look at that. That was a good drive.
So he's got a good run. Yeah. So we're on board with Hutch. So we've got a ringside seat for this one. Joseph looks like he's cleared him already before the braking zone. Will Chica try and send it back up the inside? No, he's held his ground there, Joseph. Yeah, nicely done.
So we've got who was that? Rashid's just had a door knock with Tariq. They're going into the first corner. The Ham has got in front, so the Ham's up to 5th, and Mr. Error is all over the back of them in 8th, just waiting for a mistake. But I think Tariq might be a little aggrieved by that little love tap. Marpat is closing in on Condolongo at the moment quite rapidly, with your Volton in his new liveried Porsche. Oh, the new chap's got a bit out of shape there. Marpat's going to dive up the inside. He does dive up the inside. It's a good move.
Yeah, so I take it Marpat had a bit of a bad start then, because he finds himself 9th now.
He qualified 8th there, didn't he? Yeah, so he
lost a couple of positions, yeah. And is that your Volton right behind?
Yes.
Yeah, so he's up there right now. Oh, and we've got one on the Mercedes straight off there. Chica looks like he's gone off again.
Oh, no.
It was coming through Campus, the top, the right-hand sweeper.
Yeah, the faster,
yeah.
Unlucky Chica.
So Rashid's managed to recover himself back to 5th then.
He's lost a lot of places there, hasn't he? He's lost, 4 places?
Yeah. Mr. Error's kind of slowly made his way up to 7th place.
Crazies is currently in the pits. I think he, 4 minutes, 3.5 minutes in?
Yeah.
I think maybe he's, I don't think he would have picked up that much damage, so maybe he's sitting that one out.
Yeah,
Come back out!
So Gamer Dad has found 6 positions further up the grid in 14th place from where he started, so he's had a decent start.
Yep.
And so as Nitty Night Night finds himself in 13th.
He has had a good start, yeah. Where's Dell? What's Dell up to? Dell's in 18th.
I can't remember what his
Dell's
3 names were, so I just keep calling him Nitty Night Night now. So it's got
that's
2
it.
the same.
That's
No, I thought we had 3, but you know.
Right, Dell's coming into the pits, so maybe he's thinking, let's get my pit stop out of the way. Hopefully he doesn't have any damage, any terminal damage there. So what have we got then? So lock and load is 4.5 seconds down the road from Joseph. As I said, I think that's the beauty. What I love about this track as well is I don't find it a difficult track. Yeah. I think it flows very nicely as long as you have that rhythm, like Snetterton and Alton and Brands. They're really big.
Sorry,
concentration.
Sorry, Nitty Night Night's just gone wide, and Gamer Dad's gone through. Darren Mark has followed him through in the Audi as well. So Gamer Dad now finds himself in 13th place. Sorry, go on. You were saying?
No. Just so as I say, I think it's a track where you can, if you get into a flow, and it's not an aggressive flow, if you know what I mean. It's a nice flowing. What's the word you like to use?
No, I wouldn't go so far as to say it's rhythmic.
No, well, no.
Too many straights with tight corners.
Yeah, I like it. I like the track. I like it. But as I think.
Kadu Longu is off the track, so Gamer Dad's gained another place, finds himself in 12th. Darren Mark's gone through as well. Nitty Night Nights tried to go around the outside but run a bit deep. Got the inside low into chicane, and that's allowed the other Audi of Michael Races to jump through as well.
Yeah, so Condolongu jumps in the pits along with Chica. That's probably a good move for him at that point. So the Ham is only half a second. This is very good driving by this dude. He's only half a second off the back of Hutch. So he's not phased at all, which is good to see. It's good driving. And then you got Rashid, who's another second further back, keeping a close watch.
Rashid's closing on them a little bit at the moment.
Yeah.
Rashid's obviously runs quite well at Catalunya. Had a bit of a bad start, but seems to be getting himself back into shape again. I think for me, just the thing that Rashid needs to work on a little bit is his consistency.
Yeah,
he's obviously fast, but needs a little bit more consistency in his racing.
Yep.
Maybe not push quite so hard in the middle of the race and let the race come to him.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's doing really well at the moment in 5th place.
And he's got a good little fan club over in, from his chaps in Morocco and Spain. So this is a home race for Rashid because he lives in Spain now, doesn't he?
Yeah. So I understand it. Yeah.
Right. So what's happened there? So Ham, okay, he's still there. Right, Hutch has gone a bit wide there. That's allowed the Ham to close right onto the back of him, coming out.
Yeah. Ham's got a good exit out of the chicane there as well. But the Audi seems to have. This is where I was saying that's the one corner where the Bentley struggles. I was saying a few races ago where its low speed traction is not the best, and that Audi looked like it got way better traction out of that chicane there and gapped the Bentley.
King of the Hills has got a drive through for track limits. That's unfortunate. Unlucky there, dude. And he's gone off again there. So maybe he's got some issues with his tyres there because that car doesn't look happy. Although he's probably a bit peeved that he's got to drive through. Sorry,
Marpat is right on the back of Mr. Error.
This would be good.
So we're on board at the moment.
And Gamer Dan is 2/10 off Big Time Dave, just FYI.
Yeah. I'm staying on board at the moment. These two seem quite well matched around this circuit. Obviously, Marpat did qualify a little bit higher up.
Marpat was 8th.
Eighth, okay, so it's where he's at now then. Okay, so he's back to the second position. Marpat's just got it. It's caught the curb, as you were going to say, and it's ruined his braking.
That's unlucky. That was shaping up to be a good fight, that one.
Yeah, so that means Volton is now right on top of him, I believe. Okay, it's a little bit of a gap, to be fair.
Yeah.
So Gamer Dad, like you say, he's got a good run out of campus. Yeah.
Yep.
It's down the outside, coming into the tight left-hander, first gear, and in fact it's clear through. Yeah.
Yep. Easy move. Well done, Gamer Dad. So he's going to chase down Yvolton. So what we're talking, Marpat's another 4 seconds down the road. So closest battle now, in terms of real time, is probably
Yvolton. So actually Yvolton's right on Marpat at the moment.
Where's Joseph gone?
Joseph's in 7th. He's in the pits currently, mate. So he's been in the pits.
Okay, yeah.
And Yvolton's got a run. So he's passed.
I think he's lapped.
So
I think
okay,
he's
yes, he's lapped. Okay, yeah. Sorry, my
Dal,
mistake. So yeah.
Let's see, Dow's going to do his typical clean, safe driving there. Obeying those blue flags, not getting in people's way.
Yeah, but I'm impressed with Yvolton's drive at the moment. He's kept it clean. He's running well in midfield.
Yep.
Gamer Dad obviously is closing down on Yvolton.
Is Yvolton going to go for a long stint? We've got 16.
Rashid's got himself a drive through. That has to be track limits, I would suggest.
Yeah.
So he hasn't been in the pits yet.
Again. Yep.
Yeah, consistency. Yeah.
Because consistently he's cut a track limit somewhere.
Yeah.
Otherwise you don't get the penalty. That is a shame. And the ham went quite deep in there. So he's letting Rashid get on the back of him. I think that's is that a smart move? Where's Joseph come out? Joseph's come out in 15th. Clear air, just coming out. I think that's a smart move by Joseph, because he's not going to catch like a load. And he's thinking, well, everyone, he's in a close fight here with guys behind him, so jump out. Let him get on with it. And let him fight and lose time.
Yeah, it's a Gamer Dad's
it straight in.
So Gamer Dad's right on Yvolton now. A couple of tenths coming out onto the main straight.
Yeah, this will be a move done. He's going to get a toe down there.
Well, will Yvolton go defensive? He decided to go half defensive, but has allowed Gamer Dad to take the inside line. So you'd expect Gamer Dad to hold this through the corner and move on to the next.
See, who needs practice or qualifying?
So yep, Gamer Dad's clear through. Now 7th place from last. Great drive. So far it's on target for my... he doesn't need to drive with number 13 because it's obviously bad luck.
Exactly. Exactly. It's just let you have it.
Oh, there's somebody stationary in the McLaren right in the middle of the park there. Obviously that's put Yvolton off, who's just gone wide into the gravel.
Well, Yvolton nearly absolutely took Gamer Dad out there with that. I don't know if he missed his braking point because of distraction there. But
yeah, I think so, yeah.
That was close.
So who was it that was stationary? He obviously can't have been... I'm assuming it wasn't Joseph.
Well, I don't think so. I didn't actually see it. I was watching... I was actually watching Yvolton at the time. So I didn't see who went past. So Darren Marks jumped in to do his pit stop. That's cleared now.
Yeah.
Got a hutch.
We've got a big gaggle of cars coming down the back straight there.
Yeah, we do.
All line astern. Who have we got? Oh, it looked like Big Time Dave just went wide in front of them there. I believe it was Big Time Dave. Let's just jump forward slightly. Yeah, so Big Time Dave went wide, but it's still in 9th place, followed by Michael Races, and one of the BMWs has gone wide in the background.
That's Dal.
Dal again, okay, maybe trying to get out of the way of the amount of manic traffic.
Marpat's got a run down the main straight on Yvolton. He's just pulled out. He's on the outside. Is he going to try and do that? Brave.
So Michael Races in the pits, by the way. So you seem to be breaking up there, Coops. What were you saying?
Sorry. So Marpat's just done a move on Yvolton into T1. Marpat went wide. Yvolton stuck to the tight line on the inside, but then ran wide into T2, and Marpat slipped through nicely. That was a good move. Very good move.
Yeah. So we're starting to see a few guys stopping. So far, Chica, Joseph, T-Row, Darren Mark, Dal and King of the Hills have pitted. Everybody else is yet to pit. We've got Nitty Night in pits, along with Michael Races at this moment in time.
Oh dear. And it looks like Crazy's is parked it. Just so everyone is aware. Oh no, he's not in the pits now. Has he come back out? Did he come out? He has. Good lad. Crazies has come back out. Good. Good to see you back out there, dude.
It's, he's 6 laps down. In fact, it's showing him not having been in the pits. Strangely.
Interesting. Michael Race's just got to stop and go.
I'm assuming that's got to be pit. That's got to be speed in the pit lane. Oh, it's unfortunate because he was having a really good race.
Oh, okay. Mr. Error and Tarek are having a stonking battle. Mr. Error thinks I'm going to jump in the pits. Tarek's stayed out.
Okay.
But Tarek had just made an error, not Mr. Error, a moment ago. So probably a good time for him to come in there. Getting the Dad's up into 6th.
Yeah, sorry, the Ham is still less than a second behind Hutch, so it's been keeping the pressure on for most of the race so far. We've got Mr. Oh, you said Mr. Error's in the pits, so he's still in the pits at this moment in time.
Yeah, he's literally just gone in.
Yeah, so let's say Gamer Dad finds himself in 6th. So top 11 still to pit, with the exception of Mr. Error, Big Time Dave, and Rashid, who are all in the pits currently.
Yep. And we're halfway through this first FRL GT3 Sunday race at Barcelona, sponsored by Lemsip.
Cody Longu's down in 16th, having not pitted, so he had a really good start to the race, but obviously has gone drastically wrong in the last 5 minutes or so of the race.
Yeah, that's not good. That is unfortunate. He was having a good bash at that, wasn't he?
Yeah, so currently our biggest or our highest performing new guy is obviously the Ham in 3rd place, and then Mr. Priest in 8th, both yet still to pit. So Mr. Error has just come out of the pits. It looks like he's right behind Chica having come out of the pits.
Yep. Is it Chica? Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is, yeah. Yep. So they're running 9th and 10th currently. I'm sure they'll gain a couple of positions as everybody else pits in front of them.
Yep. So Hutch and the Ham have followed each other into the pits. Interesting. Here we go. Who's gonna do a manual pit stop? Who's gonna refuel? Who's not? Who's gonna change tyres? Who's not? Who's got damage? Who hasn't? This is it. This is podium.
Yeah, so you've got Joseph Tro, who is out of the pits as well, behind Chica and Mr. Error. So Joseph running 11th at this moment.
Yep. It's quite far back though.
Yeah, I think he'll start to close them down then, because we know obviously he qualified further up the grid, so we'd expect him to start reeling them in.
Yep. Yeah, well, I'm keeping an eye on both things as they happen.
Yeah, sorry, Tornado's just gone through into 2nd.
Yep. Joseph's just come through the hairpin in the back section, and these two are still in the pits, aren't they? Yes. Not moved yet.
No, that's right. Gamer Dads finds himself now in 3rd place, still yet to pit.
Hutch is off. Hutch is on his way out. So the Ham maybe had damage, or maybe he's done a longer fuel stop, or he's changed something else on his tyres. So
Chica's the next person along. So Chica's just come onto the main straight, so Hutch is going to be out well clear of Chica, more or less the whole straight.
Joseph's on the main straight, so Joseph is also going to go ahead of the Ham, who is still stationary. What's happened there?
Maybe he was carrying damage, but even though he was running 3rd place, you wouldn't be, and he was being quick, wasn't he? So
he was very quick. He's just going now. Maybe he didn't. Maybe there was an issue with the refueling or the tyres, or because you've had, unfortunately,
so big time issues with. Yeah, sorry, big time. Dave's going to go past. So it's dropped a massive amount of time.
Yeah, yes.
A couple of other guys are going to come past. Who is it?
Him and Hutch came into the pits nose to tail. So he's massively lost out there. So Lock and Load is still leading. Tarek's jumped into the pits. Then we've got Gamer Dad and Yvolton. Let's have a look at Yvolton there. Okay. Priest. Okay, Priest is doing well. Still out there putting the laps in.
So Gamer Dad's done exactly the opposite to what you suggested earlier, and seems to be going long.
That's probably why he heard me and thought, nah.
Maybe he's had a fairly clear race, and decided to push it and allow the places to stretch out so he can go back into some clean air once he's pitted. So,
or maybe he doesn't want Yvolton to lead the race at some point. Maybe they've had a little bet. Right, Tarek's in and Priest is in. Okay, so the top 3 haven't pitted as yet, and Codalongu hasn't pitted either, down in 13th. Crazies has unlapped himself once, by the look of it.
Yeah, it depends where he is. Oh,
He's just gone
off that. Yeah, was that behind Yvolton? Yeah, because I was on with Yvolton.
Yeah, he caught the curb again, and it just dragged him off.
Lock and Load has just gone into the pits. Yeah, so we can see him rolling into the pits. So Gamer Dad, how far back is Gamer Dad? So Gamer Dad's just going round the right-hander before all the tight stuff between before the start-finish straight, from our view. Yeah. So it's coming into the hairpin as we go. Sorry, the chicane as we come.
Okay, so he's going to take the lead.
So the closest battle at this moment is Joseph Tro behind Mr. Error, 0.2 of a second. So as we suspected, he's closing him and Chica down.
Yeah, Codalongu's got a drive through as well, unfortunately. Is that his second one?
I don't know, I'll take your word for that.
Maybe. Maybe.
So he's just gone on board with Joseph Tro.
Yep.
Looks like he's managed to catch Error, but is struggling to find a way past.
So Lock and Load has come out behind Gamer Dad in second place, but net first. That's no problem. So basically, Hutch finds himself on the second step, realistically, at the moment. Net. Chica's back up to third.
So Joseph's out onto the start-finish straight behind Mr. Error, but Mr. Error seemed to get a really good exit in that penalty out of that chicane. Unusually, so Joseph isn't going to have the run into the first corner.
Another close little battle going on. Obviously not to distract you from that one. We've got Big Time Dave, the Ham. They're absolutely neck and neck. Just coming out the final corner. I'm fancying the Ham to put a move on there. He's tucked up under him. And behind them, Rashid is having a good go at Darren Mark. And Darren's gone really defensive there. As Rashid pulls out to go wide. He does go wide. He just about makes the corner.
Oh, they've lost it in the background. Yeah, I just saw it. So the Ham had made the move on Darren Mark in front of him. So the Priest is clear. He seems to be catching Darren Mark as well, so he's just had a bit of a come in together. Marpat is up behind Tarek Tornado in 9th place, less than a second behind.
Gamer Dad and Yvolton have pitted. However, I would like to make the point that Gamer Dad came in first, which meant, in my book, that Yvolton was then leading because he wasn't in the pit lane. So Yvolton was leading the race. There we go. I win.
I'm not sure unless you cross the line that's classed as leading there.
I think officially it would be wrong, but to make me feel better about my predictions, I'm right. That's great. Right, so Gamer Dad's coming out of the pits. Where's he going to filter in?
Well, Marpat and Tarek Tornado come down the main straight, racing each other at the minute.
Yep. Well done, Gamer Dad.
Yeah, Gamer Dad's out in front. Yeah. So Gamer Dad's out in front of him. So that puts him in 6th place.
Nice.
So that's been a good run.
Yeah, very good. You know what he's playing for now, don't you? He's thinking, well, I don't even need to do qualifying. I don't need the top 3. I'll just start from pole and win the next race.
Yeah, maybe he wants 4th place and that'd be that.
Yep. So Joseph, again, as you mentioned, is still right on the back of Mr. Error. 2/10 in it between those two. Coming up to the fast right-hander. 83. Okay, Condolongu has cleared his drive-through, which is good news, but he still has to pit. Dow's plugging away at the back. I know he's got a sore arm from his flu jab and whatnot, so he's probably fighting through the pain at the moment, but he's still there, doing what he needs to do.
Joseph just needs to try and... Oh, he's got a good run out there. Is he up the inside? Not quite.
No,
he just needs to try and keep it tight. Yeah, he needs to keep it tidy through here and beat on the back. Oh,
I thought he was going to lose it then.
Yeah, I think
He's
Joseph...
pushing him.
Yeah, Joseph's overdriving the McLaren just a little bit at the moment. He's closer than he was the last lap, though. This looks like a decent run onto the start-finish straight. If you can get a bit of a slipstream, this might be doable from here.
He's closer.
Yeah, will Mr. Error go defensive?
Nope.
Can Joseph outbrake him? No, and Mr. Error sweeps into the corner. Goes a little bit deeper.
This is good driving. Joseph's been trying to set that up from an attacking point of view, and Mr. Error's been defensively driving very well there.
Yes, Mr. Error goes defensive under Repsol, or into Repsol. Oh, and Mr. Error goes deep. Joseph goes up the inside. That's a nice move.
Yeah, well done, Joseph. So, can Mr. Error hold on to the back of him, or will Joseph slowly pull away? See what happens. Gamer Dad is 6 seconds behind them.
Yeah, so Joseph slowly seems to be pulling away.
Yep.
So we've got anything else close? So Marpat's still only 0.7 of a second behind Tarek Tornado. Volton's only 0.4 behind Ham.
Yeah, that's
so
the closest one.
Yeah,
really.
Ham seems to have lost out quite a bit through the pit stop sequence, doesn't he?
Yeah, I think there was a slight little tap between him and Rashid earlier on, which put them both out of sync, if I remember correctly.
So right at the back there, you got Michael Races less than 2/10 behind Dow.
He's making a move on him now.
Yeah,
it's 2-1.
Yeah, nicely done. Dow's had to slot in behind.
Yep. Yeah.
So
it looks like Joseph's out of there really, and Gamer Dad has pulled a second back in that one lap. But behind him, have you seen what's going on behind him there? Tarek and Marpat are side by side going into turn 1. Who's going to make that stick?
Sorry,
Tarek.
So the Tongan is in the pits, just so you know.
Okay, and as is Crazy's. Oh, don't touch. So Tarek is defending. Marpat he's a 10th behind him.
Yeah, we're on with Marpat at the minute.
Good. It's a good battle.
We're just going through Repsol at the moment. And then through Sayat's corner.
So Gamer Dad, whilst you're watching that, Gamer Dad is now only 4.8 behind Mr. Error, who's dropped further behind Joseph. So it looks like Mr. Error was potentially holding Joseph up a little bit there, because he's moved away quite nicely.
Yeah, so Tarek's driven quite well through that for that last section, and through Campus has pulled a little bit of a gap on Marpat. And Tarek Tornado and Marpat, even though they're fighting a little bit, they are now catching up with Gamer Dad. So Gamer Dad's got a bit of a problem.
Yep.
He seems to have gone off the boil.
He won't like you saying that.
Well, he's lost half a second in that last half of the race, at least half a second, if not more.
Yeah, look at that. Joseph's got a 2-second lead on Error now, so is Marpat going to make that move? Is he going to duck out, make a move?
He's looking for it.
Yep. So it's exactly the same as the last lap, except that I knew that was
they've come together. Oh,
I was going to say
they've both gone off. Yeah, that's damage, probably serious damage to Tarek Tornado's car there.
Thing is, in the last lap, they both went into the turn 1 exactly the same, except Tarek was probably half a car length further in. And I was just about to say, I wonder if Marpat is going to just push a little bit more, because Tarek was already wide into turn 1 in the last lap, and they did. But obviously, I don't think Tarek adjusted for that. Hence, why they both came together, which is.
So your take on that corner is what, actually?
What do I think on that corner? Well, I think.
I'm talking about that particular incident, yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to see a bit of on board, but I think Tarek. I think that would be, if there was a complaint there, I think that would be Tarek's issue, because he ran really deep into T1, which put him out of shape, and he was always going to come back across as he's trying to cut T2, and I don't think he got the line quite right there. Whereas Marpat came in tight and had more speed on the turn 2 going around the outside.
I would like to disagree if I can. Because I personally think they were fully alongside each other, and Tarek had the inside line. So, isn't it his corner to control when he turns? No. And the car on the outside's got to allow for that?
Nah.
I'd say with you, I'd like to see it on board, but...
Yeah. I mean, we are doing this from memory of seeing a incident happen in real time.
Yeah. But you're wrong,
obviously I'm right, yeah. That's what I was going to say. Send your answer on a postcard, guys, to Lemsip. Clear my nose. Thank you very much.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Feel free to put your opinions in the stream.
Yeah, last lap in.
Yes, I didn't notice that.
Yeah, it's gone pretty quick, hasn't it?
Yeah, it has. Yeah. So we've gone on board with Lock and Load, who we haven't really seen a lot of, to be quite honest, because he's been cleaning away as we suspected.
Yeah.
So it comes through the last chicane. Sweeping right hand down onto the main start-finish straight with a fastest time of 1:44.2, and takes the win.
Well done, I'll give him a little clap there.
So Hutch is currently sitting second, and a clean second place at that, which is going to be an absolutely fantastic result.
Do you think Chica's going to be a bit annoyed?
Well, I have to say, I think Chica's done a really great job of getting back to the podium.
That's what I'm saying. You know, he has done an amazing job. And well done. No, sorry, I'm not going to take that away from Hutch. Well done, Hutch. Great drive. But yeah, Chica's had that issue and he's fought his way back up there. If he didn't have that issue, maybe him and Hutch would have had a bit more of a battle. But at least he doesn't have to qualify. Well done, Chica. Clap, clap. Well done, Hutch.
And Joseph fourth. Mr. Error coming over the line for a decent 5th place. Gamer Dad, who should be really chuffed with that result, 6th place. Yep. Exactly as I predicted, I'd like to point out. So make sure you use number 14 going forwards and give me my number back. Sorry, Tarek Tornado comes across the line in 7th. Marpat just coming onto the start-finish straight to take 8th. Ham on his first race, or as far as I know, his first race with FRL.
Yep.
Comes across the line in 9th. And Yvolton, with a great drive, it's a 10th place to round out the top 10.
Yeah, indeed. That was good. Now let's put the other chaps through. Big Time Dave's going to come through as it stands in 11th.
Just coming across the line now, yeah.
Again, you know, I know it's a stand-in, but it's 11th is a good position. Priest has done pretty well in his first race to come through in 12th. Rashid will be not so happy about ending up in 13th, but you know, we had that drive-through and some issues. And then what we've got, Michael Races, well done, Ralph.
Darryl, you missed out Darren Mark. Darren Mark, 14th, yeah, the last.
I did. Apologies, Darren. Double screen Darren from his 2 streams last week. Michael Races, Dal in 16th, King of the Hills in 17th, Nitty9 Nit in 18th. Kodilongu, I think he had 2 drive-throughs there, which was unfortunate, in 19th, and Crazies in 20th. Evidently had an issue on lap 1, but came back out, finished the race, which is what I like to see. So, well done, podium. That's going to mix it up, isn't it?
Yeah. So we're going to have Lock and Load, Hutch, and Chica sitting out the next qualifying, which is only 7 minutes long. So you need to get straight out there, get one on the board, and if you're lucky, you might have a second flyer.
Yeah.
So just try and get a banker in there on the first one. So it gives you the chance to just throw caution to the wind on the second flyer.
Yeah. I think, again, as we were, this is, it's almost a little bit of deja vu from last week. You've got Crazies who had that incident in race 1. He's going to qualify high up the field because he did for race 1, and he's going to want that win. Joseph, he's going to fancy himself, no doubt about that. Chica's at the back, so he's not. Mr. Error's going to want to make up for that. Gamer Dad, so again, I think it's going to be. I just love it so much. Everyone drives to a level where it's close. Okay, apart from the usual top 3, it's always a very, very tightly packed grid. What more can you say?
Yep, it's exciting racing.
Who's dropped out the server?
Oh, dropped out the server. Sorry, Dowell's the first person out on track anyway, so he's out on his warm-up lap.
Crazies has dropped out the server.
I wonder why. Technical difficulties.
Well, we know I'm an expert in those, so I'm sure I'll be back in a minute.
Yeah, so like you're saying, it's good close racing. The GT3s, they're not too overly reliant on downforce, so you can run pretty close. It promotes close racing. So yeah, more of the same, hopefully.
Gamer's Dad says not to tell everyone his strategy before that race. Oops.
Hey, not that it
no
seems
one
to make
knows
much
what he's going to
difference,
do.
Yeah.
No, he did very well. Did very well. I am going to go off comms for a second, as I do every week, because, I want to try and breathe properly for the second race. So I'll be back in a moment.
See you soon, Keeper. Okay, so Dow's coming up. Just gone through Europe car corner, the left-right chicane, and onto the right-hand sweeper of New Holland to get his first flying lap underway. So off he goes, start of his flying lap. Let's see if he can make a clean lap, and as I say, get a banker in there, ready to throw caution to the wind in the next flyer. So he sweeps through the long right-hander of Renault to head down towards Repsol. So far looks like a nice tidy lap. So he seems to be out on his own. Then there's a big gaggle of cars behind him that are going to need to try and kind of find space for each other. So maybe someone will have to drop back and try and find a bit more space, so not to be squabbling on their flying laps. So sweep through the right-hander over the blind crest, third gear campus corner. Heads down towards the rubbish corner, because we don't know how to pronounce it. Off he goes through the really tight technical section for the start-finish straight, which contains corners, 13, 14, 15 and onto 16, which is New Holland. So a little bit deep there. It's going to compromise his exit out onto New Holland. Then, as much as possible, flat out through here, holding on to the oversteer, and across the line to set a 1:49.6 and provisional pole.
Well done, Dal. I'm back. We have a new sponsor for the second race.
Kleenex?
No, that's your sponsor for your part-time activities. No, Albus are sponsoring the second part of this race. Apparently they make you think more clearly. Don't know what that means.
So we've got Joseph T. Rowe has put a 1:45.2 on to go provisional pole. Tarek Tornado only 0.2 of a second off. The Ham in third, 0.3 off. Sorry, it's just been dropped down by the Tongan rugby player, who's now third. Gamer Dad finds himself in 5th, so roughly where he finished. I think he'll be expecting to improve that time through this session, I would think. Mine's only 2 minutes left, so...
Gonna suffer with the extra weight he's carrying in that car.
I know, yeah. Well, he might be the... I think he might be the fly half.
Ah, fair enough.
Scrum
Just
half.
6'7" then.
That's it, yeah.
Yeah.
So who else have we got? So sorry, go on.
I was going to say, we do have an Opti track now, though.
Yes, we do. So should be some good times. And Dow's run deep and gone off the circuit. This was allowed Joseph T. Rowe to go through. Trow, sorry. Has that compromised his time, though? Let's go on board and find out. So he's currently up nearly a second up, actually. So Opti track time's definitely showing. So he's currently on for a 44.2, 44.3. It's compromised through that chicane, lost a bit of time through there. Sweeps through New Holland onto the main start-finish straight, and looks to be on for a 44.4. Indeed, yeah, 44.421.
Okay, Gamer Dad is 9 tenths up on his time. So he'll be a 44.7, 44.8 maybe, if he gets that bit right.
Yeah, 44.898, yeah. But he's now got a slower car in front of him, so that might compromise this lap. Volton is going to compromise his time, so I don't think... Yeah, and the Gamer Dad won't be able to improve, unfortunately. Who else have we got running hot at the moment?
See what Marpat's up to. He's coming round to the last part. No, he's coming round to do his flyer now, so he's going to be one to watch, I think. What's Mr. Error up to? Chica's in the pit still. Okay.
Yeah, so
he would have popped out.
So Joseph's leading the way, so he's the next person to set a lap time. So there's a lot of people in the pit. So Gamer Dad's quali is finished, and so is Tarek Tornadoes. King of the Hills currently finds himself 5th, which is a really good performance, but is in the pits and can't set another lap time. No. Chica in 9th, also in the pit, so that's the end of his qualifying.
It's even more mixed up. So Marpat is currently half a second up, which would put him on a 45.3 at the moment.
So Joseph was up until he got to the last chicane. Yeah, in fact, he's just pulled over because his time was compromised. Gamer Dad's in pit, so Kodalongu, who is currently 4th. Unfortunately, we can't go on board with them. We need to find out what their times are like because qualifying's finished. So Mr. Error is just about to go across the line and has finished, and it hasn't improved, so he's 10th.
So I think Marpat, even if he does improve on where he is, may get one place. Because King of the Hills and the Hammer very close together on 5th and 6th there.
Michael Races has gone 9th. Rashid doesn't improve in 8th. Who's number 27? Can't see 27.
27.
Gone to the pits anyway. 216 come across the line, which is Mr. Priest, who was the last runner.
Oh, Marpat's binned it on the chicane at the end of the lap. So obviously pushing really hard there, and well, it's fine margins, isn't it? Indeed.
So
right, I'm going to start the race with Dell in the middle pack, and
yeah, so I'm on board with Kodalongu, the Tongan, who qualified 4th, which is really impressive. Good run. So let's see if he can translate that into a good result, because he qualified well. I can't remember where he qualified in the first race, but he qualified well in the last race, but had basically a disaster. But yeah, let's see if he can translate this into a result, because his qualifying performances definitely deserve it.
Yeah, I agree.
We've obviously got Ham up there as well. King of the Hills in 5th place. That's a really impressive run from King of the Hills. He's got to be happy with that, I'm sure.
Yeah. Well, you never know. Gamer Dad might have said to him, listen, make this change. Because that, when you're driving these vehicles, just the smallest little tweak that you do to your setup can unlock speed or, create that stability that you need to push. So you never know, he might have made a tweak that he'd found, maybe his tyre pressures weren't quite right in the first race. Who knows? ready.
Yeah, so who have we got? Which I can't return to the garage, so we can't see. But who have we got out of position? Obviously, the top three at the back. Anybody else out of position?
That's really... Well, Rashid is in 8th. Chica is in 10th, so he's definitely out of position. Actually, why is Chica 10th?
Because he didn't do a very good run.
But Chica finished 3rd in the last race.
Oh, yeah.
So he shouldn't have
Valid
qualified.
Point. That's correct, yeah. Let's see. He should, in theory, drop to the back of the grid, shouldn't he? So we'll see.
Yeah, let's see. So Mr. Error's slightly out of position there. And I'd say that's pretty much where you are. Hutch and Lock and Load should drop behind Dave and Crazies. I wonder why he didn't... Crazies must have had an issue. Must have had a technical issue, because I know he's gone again. He's going to say he's back in and he's dropped off again. So he must be having some Tinterweb issues, which is very frustrating, as I know. But there is a way to resolve that, though, isn't there, Timmy?
Go on then, what's that?
Don't have shit internet.
That would help, yeah, definitely.
Yep.
Would you like to tell everybody who your amazing internet's with, so they don't get it?
It's with... No, I won't say that, actually, because, you know...
What, in case they sue you?
They might be watching and about to sponsor us for a great career.
Okay. Well, I like talking to you a lot, you know. In fact,
well, I like
twice as much.
talking.
Twice as much. I like talking to you.
Yes, I talk all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. And sometimes I wish I was a virgin, though.
Yeah.
The sky is the limit.
Oh dear.
Oh, you've got me started on this now. Yeah. What else we got? Oh, fuck it.
Fair enough. Oh dear.
The brain doesn't work that fast at this time of night. Although if you use Olbus, it helps. Right, 30 seconds. That was a good filler, that one. Well done. So basically we're saying talk is pants. You know, you pay for something and you don't get it. But there you go.
Yeah, I'm a BT man myself.
Of course you are.
BT.
You old English person. Yes, BT and the Queen.
What?
You drive a Nissan. Anyway.
Well, that's because we killed our car industry many moons ago, so you ain't got much choice really, do you? Unless you've got lots of money, in which case, you know, you can buy a McLaren or a Bentley.
Exactly. We don't need those cars. Do you know what I think is really great with FRL? Is every driver we talk to, they always say, nah, I change my car every season. You know, I just want to get to know all the cars. Now, I can't think of anything more scary than doing that next season. Because I can't even drive the bloody Ferrari, let alone anything else.
Yeah. Just I'd like to add, by the way, Chica has in fact dropped to the back of the grid.
Good.
As we discussed. So he's where he should be.
Well done, Chica. Because I wouldn't want you getting a ticket, dude. Because there'd be no... Well, that would be a slam dunk, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I don't think I've not really seen anything that looks like a ticket today, not that I recall.
I've heard some things that should be ticketed.
Should be quite a quiet evening for them.
Yeah.
So I'm on board with the Tongan, 4th place. I thought that was a nice position to start from. See a bit more of the field. See what happens into the first corner.
Yep.
So they're just going up the hill to campus at the moment. Over the crest. So we have a decent mix of cars at the front again, don't we? GTR, McLaren, Ferrari, Bentley. So,
a beautiful collection.
Yeah.
I was just checking the Discord there just to see what kind of comments were coming out after that first race.
And?
Hold on. I'm just going to implode whilst I sneeze, not trying to kill everyone on the Dubry. Well, no, everyone's just sort of saying well done podium, which is good, and you know, a couple of comments about driving and where people were and all those sort of things. So nothing too bad. Nothing too bad.
Okay, we're coming around New Holland onto the start-finish straight, ready for the race to commence.
Here we go. Come on, Dal.
Again, there's lots of stragglers coming out through the chicane, so the whole field is strung out. Yeah, there's not the tidiest start. Looked like there was a bit of a coming together in the midfield there, but everybody's kept it on the grey stuff. So Joseph looks like he's got a clean run into the first corner.
Yeah, Gamerdad's lost second place there, did he not? I just saw Tarek flash through.
Yeah, they're just kind of side by side still. And Tarek's got the inside line, so yeah, he should be able to hold this one. Catalunya's got a bit sideways coming up to Repsol. And the Hams to his left, so the two new guys fighting tooth and nail. Oh, and Gamerdad's gone wide. They're both up the inside. Oh, and the two new guys are come together, and it looks like Rashid's been collected on the way out by Catalunya. Certainly the gold-coloured Bentley having yet more bad luck.
I'll tell you what, Rashid and Chica, fair play to Chica in the last race. I think he just doesn't get any luck, does he? At all. King of the Hills is doing well. He's up to 5th, isn't he? The timings haven't changed yet, though.
Yeah, but he was like 4th anyway. So Gamerdad and Tarek are still nose to tail. Gamerdad's up the inside, coming down to the tight left hand of the crapped corner. Oh, and the Bentley's just lost it. Yeah, who's the Bentley? Who's the Bentley that's just spun it?
That's Condolongu's dude,
no,
isn't it?
No, it's not Condolongu. Condolongu went ages ago. Who else was in the Bentley?
The Ham.
The Ham,
oh my
yes.
Word. Your Volton's off. There's been a big crash there. What's going on, guys? Why are the Hobbits calling you, Steve?
Sorry, I just got distracted by the Hobbits, as you put it. I need to go offline for 1 second, Cuba. I shall be back shortly.
Yeah, you crack on. Okay, guys, let's pick this up. So, Volton has come back on. It looks like he's behind Chica there. What's happened there? He's dived in the pits. Rashid's also gone into the pits. Probably a smart move. Hopefully there isn't too much damage on there. If we go a little bit further up, Marpat, it looks like he's just pulled a move there. We've got Hutch just in front of him. Yeah, Marpat's just pulled a move on Hutch, but Hutch is trying to come back at him. Obviously, I'm not sure what screen we've got for you guys at the moment, with Timmy having to step away. So I'll just keep you abreast of what's going on. So Joseph is still out the front. He's got a 2.5 second lead over Gamerdad, who'll be sat there quite happy. He's managed to make that move back on Tarek. Be interesting to see if Tarek can push that one back on. And then Mr. Error currently in 4th with our mate Michael Races, aka Ralph, sat in 5th, which is a very good position for him at the moment. At the back of the grid, Chica's in the pits, Rashid's in the pits, and then of our podium sitters last time, they've all moved quite well. I mean, Hutch is up to 5th already.
Sorry, I am back, by the way.
Yeah. All
currently
okay?
on board. Yeah, I'm currently on board with Marpat.
Okay. So Marpat got his move done on Lock and Load is 9th. He must have had that issue again, and he hasn't pitted. Oh, no, excuse me, guys.
Yeah, start from the back.
Fire. It's come from the back, isn't he? Yep. Okay. Okay. Crazy's is making his
so
way.
Marpat's just had to cut the corner.
But did he take a place then?
Yes, he did. So I'm assuming he'll give that back on the start-finish straight. And Rashid's just got himself a stop-go. Marpat doesn't look like he's giving the place back. He's pulled over, but he still looks like he's racing.
He is. He needs to give that back.
Yeah, unless something happened earlier on.
Well, we'll see the footage, but
yeah.
Hey, as far as I'm concerned, well, I think we all know what I think on that. I think you think the same thing. Marpat should have should definitely have given that back because he cut the chicane, so he gained an advantage and a lasting one at that. So there should be something in the shoes room for that one. Not that I'm encouraging that, but you've got to stick to the rules, guys. You know.
So Catalunya just got up the inside of Nitty Night Night. So find yourself now up to 9th. What have we got this close on the circuit? So Michael races less than a second behind Marpat.
Nitty Night Night hasn't let that position go yet. He's still right. There's only he's just hit him. Oh dear, oh dear. He's just
see it in the background.
He's trying to give it back though, and he's been nudged out. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't see the end. Well, I saw the end of that. I didn't see the actual. When you say he was nudged out, did it look like a?
Well, no. I think what happened was Nitty Night Night obviously he touched him in the initial part of the corner, which caused Catalunya to obviously get out of shape. But then Nitty Night Night, it looked like he was then backing off the power, but instead of moving offline, it was trying to get through the corner. Whether he's being cautious or what, I don't know. So for me, that looked like he was trying to come off the power to give it back, but then Catalunya was trying to push on, and he kind of just he sort of nose tapped him twice. I didn't think that was an aggressive bang, but that obviously destabilised Nitty Night Night.
Sorry, the ham just come out of the pits in front of Tarek and Gamerdad, and then outbroke himself into the first corner and went off. So they've gone past, but he's in and out of the pits as is Lock and Load in 15th at the moment.
Yep. Joseph's doing a sterling job up there at the moment.
Yeah, he's away 4.5 seconds clear of Gamerdad at the moment. Tarek was with Gamerdad quite closely for the last couple of laps, but Gamerdad now seems to have stretched away, so maybe he can concentrate on his lap times and see if he can do anything about Joseph pulling away at the front there.
I'm going to keep an eye on Hutch's delta with Mr. Era because he looks like he's catching him.
Yeah, they're currently the closest people on the circuit.
They are.
So the delta was about 1.7 seconds, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's under a second now. So
Hutch,
he's definitely catching him.
Yeah,
Hutch is doing really well.
Yeah, so he's running, obviously likes this, must enjoy this circuit, because he's been running extremely quick in this evening sessions.
What's Lock and Load? Where is he? So Lock and Load is okay. He's 15th. Gone unpitted.
Yeah. So Mr. Error's kind of taken a really wide line through New Holland onto the start-finish straight. Hutch is too far back though. Yeah, Hutch is too far back to take a dive into the first corner because it's not a big enough braking zone.
Well, my AWS-powered gizmo says 1 lap for the time to attack. It's just come up on my screen. People that watch Formula 1 will know what that means to me. Ooh. Easy, boys.
Yeah, so that...
We know Mr. Error's a strong defender.
Yeah, that Audi seems so much better through those corners, though. Those mid-speed corners. Oh, Mr. Error's thrown up the inside. They've come together. Hutch has gone round.
Is he? No, but Error's pulled over because he's pulled over down there.
Yeah. I was going to say, I think Mr. Error went in a little bit too hot there.
Yeah, me too. Well done, Mr. Error, though. Again, what we've been talking about a lot over the last couple of weeks. I'm sure Hutch will appreciate that. So he's brought some other people on their backside now.
You got Marpat right up behind Hutch, literally nose to tail. Just got a bit of oversteer coming through Campus Corner there.
You see, Marpat's obviously got good pace around him. He did well in the qualifying for the first race. He did well in the first race, when he had that issue and came back up through the field. Just think of that instant that he's just had with Michael a couple of laps back that we're talking about. He's already, what is he? He's well over 10 seconds ahead of him.
Who was this referring to, sorry?
Marpat.
Marpat.
Yeah, when he had that issue with Michael when he cut the chicane.
Yeah.
Yeah, so my point is he's 10 seconds quicker than him.
He's gone into the pits, by the way. He's just dived in the pits, Marpat.
Yeah. What I'm trying to get at is if he'd have given that place back, he still would have got past the guy. He's 10 seconds faster than him. But he might end up with a penalty if that's what happened. Obviously, we don't have the full footage on that. But anyway,
So Darren Mark is, well, what appears to be the next closest race on the circuit, 1.6 seconds behind Error. So he seems also to be closing Mr. Error down. So Mr. Error is carrying damage because he seems to be going backwards at this stage of the race.
Yeah, he might be.
So who have we not been on board with today, really?
Who haven't we given a lot of time to today?
So Crazies, who is actually in this race.
He is, yeah.
Yeah, I thought you said he dropped out again. So in and out, in and out.
Yeah, well, hey.
So we're on board with Crazies at the moment. Still yet to pit. It's fast. His lap times are a little bit down at the moment. 1:46.6 is his fastest lap time. So it's a little bit off the pace today. Whether that again is to do with damage, possibly.
Yeah.
So Michael races all on his lonesome in 8th place. Yvolton also having a bit of a lonely race in 9th, and Dal in 10th. So everybody outside of the top 10 have pitted or are in the pits currently. But yeah, it seems to be this race seems to be a little bit of an odd one. Everybody seems to be strung out. So the closest race at the moment is Darren Mark and Mr. Error at 2.2 second gap.
Yeah.
And Darren Mark looks like he made a mistake coming out the last corner because he's now dropped an 8/10 of a second over the line.
Do you think King of the Hills has thrown that one in? There's 5 laps down in the pits. 4 laps.
Yeah.
How long has he been in there for? It's been a while, obviously.
Yeah, which is a total shame because he was he, 4th on the grid?
We qualified 5th, didn't he? And then
5th,
he was 4th in the race. Yeah, he was doing really well.
So I've just gone on with Mr. Priest for a minute. I thought we'd spend some time on him, since I was one of the new guys and we haven't seen much of him.
Yeah. Tell you what though, Michael in 8th, aka Ralph. I mean, that's another solid. You know, obviously we've got quite a long way to go yet, but if he can finish in 8th, that's going to be another solid points haul for him for his first two races. Should be quite happy with that. I would be.
Yeah, I did notice that Joseph Trow had just been off the circuit behind Mr. Priest, obviously coming up to lap him. Obviously, just a missing of the braking point, wasn't it? Throwing it off the circuit, just went deep and went wide. So who else? So the Ham in the Bentley.
Yeah, they're not all changing, are they? Really? It's all very. Everyone's in their groove doing. Oh, who got a bit wide there? So Audi. Darren Mark. Who's behind Darren?
Crazies. Yeah.
Darren's coming in the pits. Yeah, he's all over the place. I don't know if he's got a puncher or what. His back end's.
So Codalongu's got to be disappointed again, having qualified so far up the grid. He's down in 17th again, having had a couple of coming togethers. Wouldn't like to say whose fault they were without seeing action replays, but yeah, not had much luck in the actual races. Qualified well, but not had luck in the races.
So Crazies is 3/10 off. Oh no, he's coming, isn't he? So Darren's in the pits. So we've got 6 seconds there. Yeah, I mean, I think everybody's obviously knows what their running pace is around here from the first race, and he's just tuning along nicely. There isn't really any battles going on at the moment, is there?
No, you've got Darren Mark. Did you say he's in the pits? Yeah, he's gone in the pits.
In the pits. Yep.
Yeah, you've got people just making their way around. It's a very spread out field today. Top 10 still yet to pit, apart from Darren Mark, who's in the pits at the moment. Where Lock and Load finds himself. Darren Mark's just come out of the pit, so I'm assuming the time hasn't updated yet. But no, he finds himself right behind. Yeah, right. Lock and Load. Okay, so it's just updated. I was going to say, it looked like Darren Mark was behind him on the track. So Lock and Load is currently the top pitted runner.
Yeah. Tarek's just jumped in the pits. from third spot. So I think Joseph and Gamer will probably both go long here.
Well, this will give us an idea, won't it? Tarek will give us an idea where that puts Lock and Load in the overall scheme of things.
Yep. Error's jumped in as well. Rashid's gone back into the pits.
Yeah, he has, yeah. So, we've got Tarek Tornado looking like he's going to move yet. So, Lock and Load's coming through the complex at the moment. So, running down to the right-hander before the chicane.
Right, let's have a look. So someone else has just come into the pits behind them. And another one's in, so King of the Hills is in.
Lock and Load is just coming through New Holland, so he's now on the start finish. Tarek's coming out, yeah, so... Yeah, so Tarek's going to be comfortably ahead. Can he keep that gap? It's going to be, I would suggest, a good 8 or 9 second gap. Once it updates, we'll see. So 6.3 seconds, so a little bit less than I suspected. With nearly half the race to go, that's not a massive margin back to Lock and Load.
It's not. And the top two are in the pits. Joseph and Gamerdad have jumped in, so...
So we'll stay with Tarek then.
Yeah, stay with Tarek, yeah. I'll keep my eye on Joseph.
So Hutch has gone into the pits as well, yeah?
Yep, Hutch, yeah. Top three are in at the moment.
So Tarek's just going up through campus, so he's kind of halfway round the lap.
Yep, Crazies has stayed out, so he's going to take the lead of the race, with the top three being in the pits.
Lock and Load's taken about 0.3 of a second out of Tarek in the last 2/3 of the lap, or first 2/3 of the lap, shall I say?
Yep. Right, so Joseph and Gamerdad are moving.
Right, so they're going to be well clear before Tarek. Tarek's just coming through the complex doing the left-right chicane as we speak.
Okay, and they're just leaving the pit lane now, so they're getting back up to speed. So, but remember there was a 6-second gap between Joseph and Gamerdad when they came into the pits. There isn't a 6-second gap now.
Yeah, certainly a lot closer now, isn't it?
Yep.
So the only two people...
2.5, 3 seconds?
Yes, the only two people to pit are Crazies from first and your Volton from second.
Come on, you Volton.
Never lets you down.
Well, he nearly did in the last race. 1.5 seconds now. That's... Now you've got a race on again. And Joseph's gone a little bit deep in there. So Chica is 0.6 behind Priest. Right on his tail. There's going to be a move there, guys.
Yeah, so Lock and Load's also got himself down to less than 4 seconds to Tarek. Gamerdad's currently 1.5 seconds behind Joseph. Chica's looking for a move into Repsol. Not quite on.
Yeah, he's got to get on the power early there, though. That's done.
Yeah, Mr. Priest's got the inside line. As long as he keeps it tight and he's ran deep. Oh,
see, that's Max all over. That is, in my eyes, without seeing steering inputs. But I think Mr. Priest could have turned in there. That would be like someone trying to brake test you in the corner, wouldn't it?
That would be like Lewis Hamilton at Cops. No different. Correct or not?
I don't want to talk to you right now. I think that's not a very nice thing to say about our Lewis.
Lewis didn't connect to the apex, did he? Which is the same. It's his corner. It's his inside line.
This is not a show about talking about that, Mr. Young. This is GT3 Sunday. And Chica is looking for another move on Max. Maxi Priest! Ah, brilliant. Don't know their songs though. Anyway, so Are they going to make a move? Come on, he's got to go for it here. Look at the toe he's got on him.
Took the inside. Gone to outbrake him.
Here we go. That's where everybody touches. That's two contacts within a lap.
Yeah, but did Chica leave him enough room? Was that crowding off the circuit?
I don't know.
Mr. FRA?
I don't know.
Unfortunately, I was on board, so I didn't actually see what happened in terms of
Crazy is
room.
coming into the pits. Yeah, I don't. Again, from that angle that I was looking at it from, I couldn't tell. I'd need to see it from a different angle. But Crazy is coming in, which means, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going on board. Oh, Volton's coming in and he smashed it up in the pit lane. So he's not going to lead this race either.
So Lock and Load isn't cutting into Tarek Tornado quite as fast as you might expect. He's got it just under 3 seconds. Tarek's made a bit of a mess through the chicane, obviously, and dropped at least half a second just through the chicane.
Yeah.
He's now 2.4 seconds behind, with a 0.8 a lap faster. 146 for Lock and Load, 146.8 for Tarek Tornado. But all that time was lost in the last chicane. So Lock and Load is not moving quite as quickly as you might expect at this point in the race.
Well, maybe remember in Hungary he did a tweak to his setup, didn't he, from race 1 to race 2,
Yeah.
and it didn't go quite as he hoped, and he struggled, comparatively struggled in that race. Didn't make up the places you would assume he normally would do. Maybe there's similar sort of things happen here. A little tweak. That isn't suiting the car around here.
So you've got Chico's up behind Darren Mark in 11th place, 0.7 behind. Michael Races is now less than 0.6 behind the Ham.
That's it. It's going to happen. All these races are going to happen at the end.
So
Joseph's doing a good job, man. He's just put a second on that gap over the last couple of laps, just eking it out. He's doing a good job. And Tarek's doing an awesome job as well, to be fair, in third.
Yeah, I don't think Dock and Load's closing him down quite as quickly as I anticipated he would do.
What was it last lap? Because it's down to 2.6 now.
Yeah, that was the same. Across the line it was 2.6 seconds.
Okay. Chica's ready to pounce.
Yeah, I'm just on board with Michael Races because he's all over the back of the Ham at the moment, literally bump drafting him effectively.
You do that. I'm going to keep an eye on Chica. He's right on the back of Darren as they're coming into the hairpin. He's got a good drive out of there. Darren obviously went defensive. Don't touch, boys.
Yeah, Michael Races has gone a little bit wide through Campus, so he's lost a little bit of ground through Campus. Just coming into the complex, so there's no real overtaking position here. What he's got to do now is try and work a position ready for the start-finish straight and get good traction through New Holland.
Blimey, Darren is defending like his life depends on it. He really is. But whilst all this is going on, Priest is catching back up to Chica. Chica's just pulled out on the main straight now, so he should get this move done. But we've seen a lot of contact in turn 2 in this particular race.
Yeah, so Michael Races didn't get a very good run through the complex, and the Hammer stretched away. So
Chica's made it stick.
Yeah,
he's made it stick. He's up to 9th.
Just got on board just as he went past, and you've got Mr. Priest right up behind Darren Mark now as well, ready to pounce.
He's just praying for an opening, isn't he?
Yeah, Darren Mark's run a little bit wide as he goes through Repsol, I believe it was.
Yeah, I don't know if Darren's tyres are too happy with him at the moment, because he was running up the top and running very well, wasn't he?
Yeah, maybe
he seems to have dropped off a bit.
Maybe his pit stop hasn't got the tyres in the right window. Maybe he didn't adjust his pressures or wasn't set as they needed to be, ready for the pits.
Marpat's made a move on Hutch, hasn't updated on the timing screens there, but Marpat is ahead of Hutch. Didn't see that happen.
So coming through the complex, Priest has got better lines going through there than Darren Mark. Maybe Darren Mark's feeling the pressure slightly.
And we've missed the move. Lock and Load has passed Tarek. So Lock and Load is back up to third. See, there's no action for ages and then it all happens at once.
Yep. So Mr. Priest has run a bit wide, so missed his opportunity to get a run on Darren Mark down the start-finish straight.
Tarek's not giving up on Lock and Load, he's caught him back up again. It's probably half a second between them, if that.
Yeah, now I'm on board with Lock and Load and Tarek. Running through campus. Tarek's got a slightly earlier turn in there. Allows Lock and Load a bit more of a run down to La Crappy Corner.
If nothing else, Timmy, our late evening shows on a Sunday will stick in people's minds and educate them about tracks. Because who's going to forget corner 10 at Barcelona, which is the crappy corner?
That's right.
You know what I mean?
It'll stick in my mind.
Forever. Right, what I want to know is, what is the gap between Lock and Load and well, Gamer Dad's done Joseph. Joseph must have gone off track because Joseph was 6 seconds ahead of him.
Well, last lap I saw 3, so unless Joseph had him off of his own that's damaged his car.
Yeah, I think he must have done.
And you've gone quiet. Sort your mic out.
Plumbing mic. That is... I've got a feel for Joseph there. I'd love to see what happened with that. Because he was 6 seconds. I was just about to comment when I said about Lock and Load taking third place. What a great job Joseph was doing to pull 6 seconds out.
I'd like to see if I get a response, but I have just put on the stream chat 13 question mark. I think I've been proven 100% correct so far.
Oh, I don't think you'll get a response this moment. He's too busy trying to win a race. Yeah. Multitask, dude.
That's it. I'm having to multitask, commentate and type. And I'm ancient.
Yes, we know that.
So Darren Mark hasn't let Mr. Priest go. Michael Races is... we've just missed it, actually. So Michael Races just found himself get past the Ham. They've been nose to tail for 2 or 3 laps, but Michael Races has now made the move and looks like he's got it to stick.
Oh. So we've got 2.5 minutes left, and Joseph is clearly faster because he's brought that gap down to 1.1. This is going to be... I think this is going to be an epic little battle.
Bit of a grandstand finish, you reckon? So what have they got?
Yeah.
2 laps to go. This lap and another lap, I would suggest.
Yeah. So if he can pull him by another sort of 6-7 tenths in this lap, which I think he can, then it's going to be... and there's a back marker in front of him as well. Who's that back marker? It's the Honda, isn't it?
Big Time Dave.
Big Time Dave.
Yeah. Hopefully he doesn't interfere with the race.
No, he's pulled out. Stay.
So the Ham's right back with Michael Races. So Michael Races has got past, but doesn't seem to be able to pull away. Darren Mark still within half a second of Priest in 11th place.
I don't know. It's back to 1.2. It's
yo-yoing, is it?
Yeah. No, it's 1.3.
Oh, Darren Mark had caught up with Mr. Priest there, but ran a little bit wide into turn 2. So
as you would expect, the McLaren is closing up quite quickly through the twisty section. So he's half a second behind him. The timing screen has not updated yet, but I'm watching it.
Darren Mark and Mr. Priest have had a bit of a coming together.
It is half a second last lap.
Okay,
This is going to be awesome. We've got to stay with this. So it would appear, from watching the last lap, Gamerdad through the second sector, the big power sections, was holding his own quite nicely, but as soon as they got into the twisties at the end, I mean, he closed him up by 9/10 in the last sector.
You know what I want to know? I want to know if Joseph Tro's making him sweat.
Yeah!
Make him sweat, Joseph.
Sweat! He'll be like, are you fankers? Whatever happens, epic ends the race.
Yeah.
From these two. See
Yeah,
what
the
how
game
much
is
he takes
deep
with
there. Yeah, he's got to go defensive. Surely, Campus. Will Joseph try and hold back and get a run down into the crappy corner? Who's that in front of him? Dal. So hopefully he's far enough ahead not to interfere, or he'll get out of the way.
I'm sure he will. This is the section where Joseph is just mighty fast compared to Gamerdad. Dal, good boy. Dal straight out.
All he's got to do now is hold his line. There's no clear places to overtake. And Joseph's made a mistake onto the gravel.
Yeah.
That should be enough.
Yep.
Gamerdad's gone a little bit deep there. It's going to be slow.
No, he's fine. He's fine. So there we go. I think he's going to hold that. So a sweaty win for Gamerdad. Congratulations. Lucky Joseph.
Yeah, lock and load coming through the chicane at the minute then to finish the podium by the look of it.
Nice little bit of flashing on. There goes it's Dow doing this. Dow's handbrake always seems to go awry at the end of a race.
Tarek Tornado coming through on 4th, Marpat in 5th just behind him, so that's a good result.
Yep.
Hutch looks like he's going to hang on to 6th place.
Great drive by Hutch coming through the back though.
Yeah. Mr. Error next in 7th with Crazy's close behind in 8th place.
Well done, guys.
Chica just coming out onto New Holland to bring it home in 9th place. Darren Mark looks like he's going to hold on to 10th. And Michael Races looks like he's going to get it home in 11th.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was good. That was a good. Oh, there we go. And ouch! Smash bang! Oopsie! Safety points. Yeah. You can tell these drivers lease their cars, can't you?
Yeah. Pay to drive.
Yeah, exactly. That was a good. Actually, that second race really shaped up nicely at the end, though. That was quite exciting at the end. It's good.
Yep. So just to run through the finishing positions again, we've got Gamerdad in 1st, Joseph 2nd, Lock and Load to round out your podium, Tarek Tornado 4th, Marpat 5th, Hutch 6th, Mr. Error 7th, Crazy's 8th, Chica 9th, and Darren Mark 10th. Then the new guys, Michael Races and the Ham, who are nose to tail for the entire race. Kodalongu, the Tongan rugby player, in 13th, Priest in 14th, Evolton 15th, Dal 16th, Big Time Dave in 17th, Nitty Night in 18th, Rashid and King of the Hills 11 and 16 laps behind, respectively. So that's...
They'll be getting any points there.
No, I would suggest they're not 75% finished, but we'll see. So that's it from GT3 Sundays round 7 at Catalunya. Do you know where are we next? Do you know? You know what the calendar says?
No.
Cool.
My brain is fried with Albus.
I see. Well, wherever it may be, I'm sure we'll see you there. Mr. RSR Timmy Blunder and RSR Cooper shutting down for the evening. We'll see you next time.
All right, guys. See you later. See you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.